everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is a pick a pile for abundance and career. So just gaze over. This is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video if you need to give yourself some time to pick the pile that calls out to you most. And if you look down below in the description box, you will find the timestamps for each pile. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is your card. We got trapped. You feel stuck in your current situation, but you do have options. Look for another job while keeping the one you have for now. I also heard headlights with this, and it kind of reminds me of like an animal being caught in the headlights and unable to move. And I don't want to say deer because I did just paint a deer, but that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like a deer caught in the headlights. And I heard stalling for time. So this is for abundance and career. Stalling for time. Deer caught in the headlights. And just seeing if there's anything else that wants to come through before I start pulling some cards. This feels almost like, you know how when you don't know the options and you don't know where to find the options and you're overwhelmed and it's like not knowing what direction to go or like overwhelmed with information. It feels like that. Okay, so I'm going to get into this because now I am curious. What is the situation, please, for pile number 1? Thank you so much, Spirit. What is the situation? Okay. They're kind of giving me a direction of questions to go. What is it that they're trying to do? What is it that pile number 1 is trying to do with the career and abundance? We got the 8 of Pentacles, which is somebody who's trying to work really hard at creating what it is that they are wanting. We got the 10 of Cups, because I feel like it's something that's going to bring them to their happiness and fulfillment. And then we have the Tower card. Okay, interesting. So with the 8 of Pentacles, I think I said 7 of Pentacles actually. You might be doing the 8 of Pentacles, but feeling like you're doing the 7 of Pentacles. So what that means is, with the 7 of Pentacles, it talks about planting seeds and sitting there watching over them, waiting for them to grow, and not seeing the growth, not seeing movement, not seeing things happen, and getting really frustrated with it. And sometimes this is where you need to take an assessment on whether you planted the right seeds, or if you're being impatient, or if this is the right time to try to grow something in that particular area. But we got the 8 of Pentacles here, and the 8 of Pentacles talks about the seeds that you have grown. Now you're taking them and working on them. You are putting time and effort into it. And perhaps you have been doing that for a long time. and you haven't seen any movement forward past that. So it makes you feel like it's a Seven of Pentacles situation where you don't feel like anything is, I just heard reaping rewards. You're not reaping any of the rewards because your goal is the Ten of Cups, and that's like fulfillment, happiness, dreams coming true, feeling like you have enough to attain what it is in life that you are wanting. And then we have the Tower card. I'm going to get more information on this Tower card, but it feels like that's the trapped energy, like this energy of anxiety and like the deer caught in the headlights and like the thing that's, you know, coming at you, and the paralyzing and the fear and like that kind of energy. So I'm trying to find the right deck of cards to use. I could just use tarot, but I'm kind of wanting something else because I feel like there's more to it. And then I heard self-worth. So I'm going to use one of my favorite decks. Can I have a clarifier for the Tower, please? Because it feels like anxiety-inducing. Like putting all of your eggs in one basket and not seeing anything happen and feeling like things are going to come crashing down or crumbling down. Can I get a clarifier for the Tower? Thank you. Unearthing your power, shadow work, dark night of the soul. In darkness, the light is found, and that's the World card. Can I get another clarifier, please, for the Tower? And we have the Gazelle. Run towards new, walking away to avoid danger. That feels like something that you are contemplating, and it's kind of paralyzing you because you've put so much time and effort in towards this. Run towards new, release fear, fear no longer serving you. Okay, so what this feels like, and then right here I have long journey, and avoidance, intimidated, giving something too much power, which is the Moose. And then also the Squirrel. Look ahead, get things ready, anxiety. I am feeling that. The long journey. I'm going to put these down below. Okay. So whatever this Tower moment is, so what a Tower moment is, if you don't already know, it is where the foundation that was created isn't very strong. And what was built on it, something starts to crumble away so that you can rebuild and make it stronger. This also pushes you into, so the Tower, sometimes we can get stuck in there. We can go into this Tower on this foundation, rocky foundation that isn't really serving you. And you go into the Tower and you keep on building and building and building. And sometimes we can get stuck in there. And when the Tower moment happens, it's to help get you out of there, to help give you some movement forward, to keep you from being stuck. And this feels like it is towards your feelings. I heard innermost. Your innermost feelings. Unearthing your power. Running towards something new. the avoidance, intimidated, giving something too much power, long journey. Like it just feels like it's trying to help you with this situation so that you can attain what it is that you are wanting. And I am just going to sit with it for a second and see what else it is that I'm feeling from this. Okay, they give me an image of a deck to use. Can I get advice, please? And this Tower moment, it doesn't have to be, it can be catastrophic. It really can be. Or it can be very subtle. So there's a whole in between to it. So don't let that scare you. And it happens when we really need it. As scary as it looks and as scary as it sounds, it happens when we really need it for our highest good. Okay, can I get advice, please? Thank you. And I also did a pick a card. I think it was a pick a card. It's either the intuitive art reading or the pick a pile that was before this one. Some similar cards have come out for that as they have for this one. So if that one resonated with you, to take a look, check it out. So we got Oshun's voice, chakra, authenticity, individuality, self-expression. And then we got Oshun of unlocked gates, freedom, breaking barriers, unleashing potential. And I love that the unleashing potential is under unearthing your power. It feels like that moment in time where you're feeling the anxiety and you're feeling stuck and like you can't move ahead and you don't know what direction to take and maybe confused and overwhelmed. And like, I feel it sitting in my solar plexus, just this anxiety that's just sitting there. And what this is telling me is that you have the key that you need. You have the information, you have what it takes and what you need to move through this situation. And it's unearthing your own personal empowerment, your inner power. If you have felt like you hit a glass ceiling somewhere and the movement forward is not happening and you're working and working and working and working and you're having a hard time attaining that fulfillment or the dreams or like the goals that you have set in your mind, the Tower is coming along to help move you out of this energy because you're feeling really trapped. That's the overall energy for this whole reading, is this trapped feeling. And to help you move towards something new and to show you that you've had the key. You have the key to do this. And then with this one, with the voice chakra, what I'm getting from this one, it's like, I'm hearing utilizing knowledge, utilizing your knowledge. I also feel like speaking up and talking to people. Maybe it's where you are working or people who are doing similar jobs to you can help you with movement towards doors. That's not going to be for all of you, but that is going to be for some of you. And perhaps because we have the avoidance and the intimidated, the moose, perhaps there's a goal that you have that you think is so out of reach, you can't do it, that couldn't possibly happen for you. And this Tower moment is happening to push you towards that, to show you that yes, you can. Yes, you can. And to really look at the reasons why you think that you can't go to that and make the steps that you need to go to that. Because where you're at, there's something that isn't working and it's creating a tower moment. And it feels like using your voice and utilizing some knowledge that you already have will help you with movement forward. Perhaps it's a raise and you need to ask your boss for a raise. And maybe that, because like with the 10 of Cups, I keep on feeling vacations, traveling, you know, like a security, not just for yourself, but also for your family. And this doesn't necessarily mean kids. Not everybody has kids, and that's perfectly okay. But it feels like something to do with your foundation, your home. Something isn't working and you're wanting something to do. It feels like vacation, traveling, family, experiences, and not being able to get there. There's some kind of, and maybe even a sense of fulfillment. You're wanting to feel that. And with the long journey, I love that I put that underneath the 8 of Pentacles, because I really do feel that. And it never stood out to me before that I can remember anyways. But with the 8 of Pentacles, got the card number here, 71, and I was getting the 7 of Pentacles. Feeling like you do have what it takes to move to the next level, and asking and talking and moving through doors can really help you with movement forward. And facing what it is that scares you. Allowing what does not work to come to light and make some changes and some movements on that so that you don't feel that way anymore. Okay, so that's all I have for pile number 1. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for being here. If you can hit like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Much love. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So let's reveal your card. We got signs. You are putting together pieces of the puzzle from signs you are getting. Pay attention to the coincidences you experience. That's interesting. I heard hope. I heard detriment. And it's interesting. The last pile, the crystal didn't really stand out to me, but I loved that I used it for that one. But this one, black tourmaline, it's really standing out to me. And black tourmaline works with the root chakra and the earth star chakra, and it helps with feeling grounded and stable and releasing fear, moving through fears and insecurities and angers and all that kind of energy. And in this card, there's somebody who's walking through big pillars, ancient looking pillars. So I'm just kind of taking in the energy of this card before I start pulling new ones. Okay. What is the situation with this, please, Spirit? What is the situation, please? Page of Swords. This feels, yeah. It feels like somebody who was starting something new. And it also feels like this new thing that you're starting, it might not have even have been on your radar before at all. And then now it is. And you're kind of like, oh, okay, you know what? Like, I want to check this out. I kind of want to see what's the what. And it could be after a situation, because I did hear detriment and I heard hope. It could be after a situation that was very difficult. And the Page of Swords, what I'm getting from this one is like learning something new. I also am getting the energy of cutting away the past. And it's interesting, cutting away the past, because these are, it looks like hieroglyphics, I think is the word. It looks like ancient scripture, ancient art, words, Egyptian, old. It looks old. And it's almost like cutting away the old and starting on a new journey. But with the magician, it takes what you have learned in different areas of your life, and it takes all of that and puts together what it is that you are wanting to manifest or create. I'm going to put this to the side. Okay. But this feels like somebody who is on a path of learning after perhaps a crumbling. What is the challenge in regards to pile number 2? I got the 4 of Pentacles, and then I've seen a different deck of cards. What is the challenge? Thank you. Attraction. Can I have one more for challenge, please? I heard penniless, but it's weird how I heard it because I didn't hear penniless. I heard penniless. Very, very different. So for the challenge, I got the 4 of Pentacles, the card number 44, the attraction, the self-reflection, and the resilience. So I'm just going to put these down so I can see these and feel them out. So with the 4 of Pentacles, it's almost like it's a card that talks about saving, holding back, not necessarily sharing, building up your own reserves, savings, like monetary savings. And it's interesting that came out, and I heard penniless. So maybe you are feeling like you don't have what is needed in order to make this movement forward. And we have self-reflection and resilience. I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling big emotions with this. Very big emotions, and it feels like these very big emotions are inside somebody who doesn't really talk about them very much. And this could also be the energy of somebody who is going within and building up their own reserves to do what it is that they have. It's like the goal in sight, so that they can move towards the goal in sight. Okay, that feels like I'm hitting the nail on the head. And that's the challenge, is doing what you need to do to build up your reserves. This could be energy, this could be finances, this could be supports, and to attract towards you what it is that you want, the goals, the things that you need in order to make that happen. And with the self-reflection card, because this is the one that kind of gave me the information for the rest of this, self-reflection, I'm getting a totally different meaning for this. I'm getting that it's like, here you are right here, but you're seeing yourself in a different way over here. So you're trying to get from one end over to the other. It's like you're trying to create something new, a different version of yourself. That is what I'm trying to say. And then we have resilience. And that's the challenge, the stamina. And I heard upkeep. In order to create what it is that you're wanting to create. Maybe this is a fear, because this feels like a new journey. Okay, so I want to get advice. What one do I want for advice? You know what? I'm just kind of leaning towards these. Can I get advice in regards to palette number 2? Can I get advice, please? Before I even flip that over, I heard resilience brings more hope. Resilience brings more hope. Believing that you are resilient and that you can move through this towards the goal that you have what it takes. More so than, and I just heard undermine, more so than you allow yourself to believe. And then we have unlocked gates, freedom, breaking barriers, unleashing potential. And at the bottom, we have Ocean, perpetual beauty, but it's the words for me. Inner beauty, self-love, transformation. I think that something shook you in the past, and it's making this path in front of you wobble. And you might not be able to see it, but you have what is needed in order to move forward in this goal, in this direction, more than you realize. And it does feel like it is important to build up your reserves, your financial, your energy, your health, your supports. I'm also getting a little bit of Emperor energy, and this is the advice that I'm also getting. The Emperor energy, coming up with the strategy, writing it down, coming down with an action plan, And I heard feasibility. So coming up with an action plan that you are able to do, not one that's like a mile long that's going to overwhelm you before you even start, but just like a step-by-step action plan for whatever it is that you are trying to do, and believing that you do have the reserves needed to follow the signs that you are receiving. And the pay attention to the coincidences you experience. Don't dismiss them. You have what you need and what it takes for whatever goal this is. Okay, so that's what I have for pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. If you can hit like and subscribe, I would be truly grateful. And I will see you next time. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You got the Freedom card. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get clear. I heard... Okay, so flexibility is coming up. It's really important. I'm just going to sit with it to see how I feel before I pull some cards. It's interesting because with this one, I feel like you have more energy and more power than you realize. And with that feather, I keep on getting like spiritually guided, but like I'm seeing the sun as well. And then with this crystal, it's a bumblebee jasper. It really works with the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is fire, which is the sun energy. So I'm just feeling like energy with this pile. Flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Honestly, this feels like a side gig. So for some of you, if you are encountering the need to have maybe 2 part-time jobs, or you have a full-time and you're thinking about doing like a small part-time job on the side, or maybe starting something up at home, or maybe you're trying to like do all of that and wondering if you have the energy for it. I am going to pull the rest of the cards to get more information, but I am intrigued. What is... That's interesting. This just kind of weirdly wanted to be weird. So I'm just going to put that out. Okay, what is the situation, please? Okay. I do not feel like I put these in the right order. Yeah, I put the Emperor and the 2 of Cups when I just kind of automatically split the deck, which I do. Oops. So I'm just going to put these to the side. And this is standing out to me. Okay. So... yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which really goes against that fast-paced energy that I was feeling with the Freedom card. But then we have the 8 of Wands right here, which is rapid action, movement, quick decisions. It's going in the right direction. It's going really fast movement. So that feels more in alignment with this. But the Knight of Pentacles have really, really stood out to me, and it still is. And down here I have the Five of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is the energy of, it could be really slow moving, somebody who doesn't really like change, somebody who, you know, is more methodical and relaxed approach, and like more practical, more like doing the nitty gritty over and over and over and over and over again, because you know that it creates like a stability. And then we have the Fool and Eight of Wands and Death. So death means rebirth. So this almost, I'm getting side gig. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if you're wondering if you should be doing something different than what you're doing. And I heard take a chance. Wow. Take a chance. It feels like creating the structure, creating the foundation, strategizing, and making movements on something that has been on your mind that you've been wanting to do or have started doing and haven't really put too much effort into it because of fear of it failing, fear of it not working. And I don't feel the energy of letting go of the other job that you have. And for some of you, this is just going to be a fresh, out of the blue, you know, new job. But I am feeling somebody who has a job and is looking at a side gig that could turn into something even more profitable than what they are doing. And it feels like going about it in a practical way and taking a leap of faith. I heard taking control. Okay, it's interesting with that because that yellow solar plexus energy is really coming out. Taking control. I don't always promote taking control of something, but this actually feels important that you do. And it feels more towards structures and relationships. So it's almost like making sure that you have contracts, making sure that you have set clear boundaries and what you can do and what you don't do and what you won't do, and making sure that like you're being paid what you are deserving and what you're worth, and not settling, and like really being methodical, practical about that. And the Emperor absolutely talks about that. It's like the Emperor and the Eight of Wands together. It's like fast movement forward. And the Emperor is a leader. And that fire energy. I feel like you're learning how to be your own leader. And learning to move out of the energy of the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is somebody feeling kind of left out in the dark, left out in the cold, not really worthy or deserving, or doesn't feel like they have enough and doesn't bring enough, doesn't like, it's a self-esteem thing. It's a low self-esteem thing, self-value, low self-value. But it's underneath the Death card, and the Death card is a rebirth. So it's like that's going through a rebirth, but making sure that you have a practical approach with the contracts and like whatever it is that you need, so you could take a leap of faith and taking control and making sure that the stability with the connections that you make with others is there, and it's clear and it's concise and it's loving, always loving. It's going to help you move forward with authority and in leadership. So that's really beautiful. I don't even know if I need to pull an advice card because that felt like the whole thing right there. And I like to intuitively go with the readings. I do have like a minimal layout that I use, but I go with the flow with how I feel. And to be honest, I feel like this is the best approach for this reading, and I feel like the message was conveyed. So I'm going to thank you so much for being here and ask you to please like and subscribe if you possibly can. It'd be much appreciated. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye for now. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay. Number 4. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. It's interesting because before I even flipped this card, I heard trapped. And that leads me to the number 1 card, pile number 1. So if pile number 1 resonated with you, check it out. If it didn't, don't force. Only take what resonates. Don't try to fit puzzle pieces in where they don't belong. So for your card, you got short term. This position is temporary, so don't be too attached to it. No worries, you will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. Interesting. And we got the blue opal. I'm just feeling out the energy of the card before I pull any other cards. And I'm actually feeling an energy stepping forward because I'm feeling like it feels like, so when I am around spirit, more so than just the norm, it's like the energy just it gets intensified, and then I have a hard time talking. And I'm feeling that energy, so I'm acknowledging it and asking it to step back a little bit. So I feel like for whoever this is for, that you are spiritually aware, or you have a really strong spirit guide around you. I'm going to take a little drink of water. Okay. Short term. And then I'm hearing 911. But not, like, I'm hearing the song. I'm just not a good singer. It's like, 911, shorty, can you meet me on the dance floor? Whoa. I don't know what that song is called. But it's the 911 that's standing out. And it's interesting, like, of all the songs, that one would come through. Because with the short term and with the pile number 1 with the trapped, it's like you could be having big feelings of panic or unease or anxiety or not feeling stable or secure and like, you know, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? That kind of energy. So I'm just going to get some more cards. Yeah, things are feeling heavy. Okay, I am going to create some space. Okay, what is the situation? King of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You are wanting to do something new. You are wanting to do something new. Maybe you feel like whatever job you're at right now isn't fulfilling you, or this could also be, I'm also getting like something outside of job. I'm getting like somebody's like sense of value, sense of worth. And it almost feels like in a situation where it doesn't feel like it's a right situation for you anymore. But moving out of it it feels really hard. It feels really difficult. And you might be feeling like you don't have the confidence or the courage or the self-esteem to move towards what it is that you're wanting to do. And that could be a new job. It could be entrepreneurship. But I feel very strongly that it's like linked to a sense of value, self-value. And it's reminding me of somebody who like settles in life. And it hurts, and it doesn't feel good, and it makes you feel worthless, and it feels like that's all that you're worth, that's all you're going to get, that's all you can obtain. And you might be feeling like this is something that's going to last forever, and it's always going to be this way, and there's, you know, no hope or no end in sight, and really feeling like you might not have what it takes to get out of that situation or to change it and just to settle and deal with it. This is a little bit of a heavier reading. If this does not resonate with you, do not put the puzzle pieces together if they do not fit. Only take what resonates. But it feels like what you don't know is that this is a short-term situation. Short-term as in a couple of days or a couple of years, because truly a couple of years compared to a whole lifetime, it's still a shortish amount of time. But I'm feeling like it's a couple of months, to be honest, like maybe 2 or 3 months to like 8 months of going through a process of realizing that this is a short-term situation that is teaching you so much. It's teaching you courage and how to be strong in your own energy, in your own right, how to face your fears, how to move forward with confidence and overcoming obstacles. And instead of looking at things as failure or defeat or as something hurting you, looking at it as signals of this is no longer for you. You do deserve better. Because this Page of Pentacles right here, it's just speaking to me so loudly, like this is what you're building. And the page is like somebody who's really playing around with ideas and opportunities and value and self-value and self-worth. Taking a look at what it is that they are wanting out of life, the direction that they want to head in, what they need to build in order to go there. And it feels like that's where you're moving into. And with that King of Wands, it's like you don't see it, but it's building you into the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is somebody who's confident and charismatic and successful. They don't put up with anybody devaluing them. Okay. Can I get... This feels different. Maybe these guys. Okay, being shown a different deck. What is the underlying energy in regards to this that they're learning to move through? Recognition and destiny. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Okay, so very interesting. With recognition and destiny, I was feeling some different energies, and then we got the extremes pop out. And with the extremes and the recognition, it's almost like learning to recognize your own extremes and to see the different layers of yourself so that you can build... No, that's not how I want to say it. It's like... It feels like somebody who is experiencing big emotions and not really recognizing what those big emotions are trying to tell them. Having a hard time with seeing past the intensity of it to see the deeper feeling behind it. The subconscious self, I guess you could say. And it feels like with the recognition card, learning to recognize those extremes and to, like with this picture, they're putting crowns on everybody. Everybody is valuable. There is nobody who is not valuable. Every single person in this picture has a crown. And you're a part of that. And it feels like that is part of your destiny that you are learning. Is learning that in your own unique way, in how you experience, how you feel, how you move through, how you communicate, how you, all of it. It's your own unique path. And learning to, instead of shrink away from your path, and I heard what belongs to you, and what belongs to you, that felt like really bright. The shrinking away from good experiences because you feel like these bad experiences are all that you are going to receive. I feel like you're going to be growing through that. So this is really interesting because this turned into more an emotional healing aspect, but that's you know, the abundance in career. Abundance is self-abundance. It's our own value. So I'm not surprised that this came up. I'm just wasn't expecting it, that's all. Anyways, finding the ways to value yourself and how you have not valued yourself and the roles that is played in your life so that you can let those end and build your confidence and grow your own pinnacle, grow your self-worth, allow yourself to reach for the stars. You deserve it. You're beautiful. You're beautiful, and it feels like you don't even know it. But you, somewhere in there, kind of suspect it. You just don't believe it. But you are. You very much so are. And it's okay to recognize that, to embrace it, to allow that to lead you forward. Out of situations where you might have to shrink yourself from wearing your dang crown. Wear the crown. Wear the crown. Okay. So that is all I have for pile number 4. I send you so much love. Thank you so much for being here. If you could hit like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm sending you big hugs, pile 4. I will see you next time. Bye for now.